Uh-oh. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. We all know what time it is. It's time for Syntex Live. At least it would be if we didn't have to wait for all those commercials to go in. So I'm going to wait till the timer reads 30 seconds, and then I'm going to do the intro over again. Just make sure everybody can click that skip button for God knows what commercials of, I don't know, transmission fluid or Vagisil. I don't know what the fuck comes up on those commercials. Oh no, I cursed within the first 30 seconds, but whatever. It's Syntex Live. How is everybody doing today? I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing okay. Everybody's doing okay. So let's get started. I'm going to pop a top here and drop the thing on the floor, and let's get to it. First things first, thank you everybody for tuning in. Secondly, I wanted to go over, now I don't have a lot of notes, as you can see, not too much, but I will say I finally caught up on all the thank yous to everybody who's been sending me super chats and whatnot. And whatever goes on tonight will actually go on to the story. Yes, there's another one dropping tonight. Yes, it is the next chapter of Damn Humans. I will get into why that is here soon enough and why I'm not doing any others at the time being. First things first, apparently you guys like the story Midway. Just so you know, yes, there will be a part 2, most likely a part 3 and 4 before I can do that one. But I started to find out that I'm doing multiple series at the same time, and I am just not able to focus. So one series at a time. I've got Midway, Damn Humans, and So Warm, along with, if you guys want it, To Hell With You. All those got to go in. I mean, those are several episodes long, and it's going to take me a while before I get to all of them. Along with that, there's a few requests you guys are trying to send me. You know, I got one from last week. Gee, I wonder who might have sent me something about the Guardian Sage. Guardian Sage. So, anyways, okay. As far as the story of Midway, you guys were kind of right as far as the old tech already. Now, I did touch on that. Again, if I missed something in the stories, here's where you guys can let me know that I screwed something up, and I will touch it again also in the comments section. And I just remembered I forgot to put something in the description box, but we'll get into that in a few. All right. I mentioned during Midway the human experimental fighters. I don't know if I said that enough that you understand that, yes, we have our own type of fighters that don't look like fighters running around the area, and that may or may not be captured technology. I don't know. So, all right, hold on. If I have to cut early or something like that, guys, I apologize. I haven't been feeling all that great today. Really, really bad headache. I woke up this morning and I just couldn't shake it. So, on to the next thing, I want to say thank you and welcome to all the new viewers of the channel. Welcome to everybody. I've been seeing subscriber counts go up lately, and I greatly appreciate it. I've also seen view counts go up, which again, I greatly appreciate. It does help the channel. And subscriptions, again, are going up, but they're going up slow. We haven't hit 9,000 yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. If we breach 9,000, it's going to be freaking, I'm going to be doing backflips, even though I can't do a backflip. Let's see. As far as the story Damn Humans, you guys figured it out. You guys in the comment section, I do read the comments, and you did figure out the pirates. So congratulations. You guys did. You guys put it in the comments section before I was even done writing it, but you figured out the twist on that one. And thanks to you guys in the comment section, you mentioned, I won't mention who that might have been, Guardian Sage, mentioned that one of these was starting to sound like some of the older stuff. So I had to make sure I kind of, altered it. I don't want things to start sounding the same over and over and over again because they come from the same person. Just like the Battletech mech designs, I don't want to be like that where it looks like everything was designed by one person because everything was designed by the same person. Let's see down here. One of you guys brought up the whole idea of invading and holding a planet, but you said that wasn't going to be possible. Actually, it is possible. It's just certain criteria have to be in effect, i.e., one, they can't have some sort of way of taking off to space. Okay, if you're taking a planet, if they have a fleet in orbit, you're not holding shit. That's like having the ground but not having air superiority. They're going to fuck your face up. Also, with that, you need to have enough firepower on the ground, and you need to make sure that whatever way they are subduing the population, unless they're exterminating it, a way of subduing the population that makes them more comfortable. If you go and say we went into a planet and it has these hostile, okay, we'll say it's full of kitsunes. Is he in the chat? Yes, he is. Say it's full of kitsunes, but they don't like us there. What happens if we start saying, oh, but we will give you as many cans of cat food, as much catnip as you want. Oh, wait, they're foxes. So as many grapes as you want, as many blueberries you want. Here's some rabbits to run around so you can chase if you want. Not only can you sit there and pet them, I will love him and I will pet him and I will call him George, but that's going to be a main food source. And maybe they're just going to like it so much. So can it be done? Yes. However, just like in the story Damn Humans, there's so many factors in there. I'm not even touching on half of them because it would take me forever to go through everything. When I did the whole what was it? Drop operations, it's complicated. I've spent like 2 days writing everything down, trying to get all the pieces lined up right, and I still missed a piece. And you guys actually brought that up, and and I was like, oh, how the hell did I miss that? Son of a bitch. And it was so simple. I think it was something like some sort of decoy using was it foil packs like they do. I think the French still use those. They work. Why don't they use them? Because they work. Or why do they use them? Because they work. But yeah, certain conditions have to be done. And oh yes, they did release the honey badger. And I did that because just like Gen X and just like humanity in a all-out total war, honey badger don't give a shit. The thing is, the honey badger is only called that on this side of the pond. Over on the other side of the pond, they call it the ratel, which is actually or ratel, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. I can't speak French. I barely speak any Italian. And I mean, and with that, I barely speak any Spanish. So you guys know I'm terrible with the voices, and my accents are god awful. You should have heard when I tried to do a British accent in front of the British soldiers. They couldn't stop laughing. Because they said, mate, it's like you're chewing on shit. I was like, dude, okay, I'm done. Oh, and you guys actually brought up a very interesting point. Now, when I was talking about the homemade exosuits, and that's technology that's coming anyway. You can't stop it. Some people are slowing it down because they're honestly scared of it. But the exosuits are coming. Why? Because they have to. Pure and simple, they would have to. One of you brought up the fact that you kept thinking, "Oh, that's going to be Ripley. Is she going to squish the alien head and say, "Get away from her, you bitch"?" No, this was more like the Netflix one on Love, Death, and Robots called Suits. That's more along the lines of where my brain was at, by the way. Mainly because Ripley's was simply a cargo loader, and that's it. It was not meant to fight. However, you give a bunch of rednecks exosuits, believe me, they will find a way to strap some guns on it. Not only that, they will find a way to make homemade mortars, and they will do that too. And missiles, and anything else they can put together as long as it doesn't blow up in their face. And even if it does, they'll check to see how many fingers they got left. They'll rub some dirt on it, and they'll keep going. So, okay, that actually ran down my notes. That only took 9 minutes. So, anyways, what I wanted to bring in today was the double-edged sword of technology. And I wanted to actually not just touch on science fiction, but also some of the things that's going on today. And one of the main things that's going on is over there in Eastern Europe. There seems to be a conflict there by a very large nation and another nation who's not so large. And one of the main things is it is showing that a new type of technology is now ruling the battlefield. And most people don't realize that. And that is drones. You notice I use drones a lot in my stories, mainly because in zero gravity, for someone or something to move the way you have to dodge being struck or to get in around those areas, we, as 80% water flesh bags, would not be able to withstand it. I don't care what type of inertial dampening system you have, that inertial dampening system would be much bigger than your own ship just to handle that. However, if you don't have to worry about the meat bag in it, you can just fill it up with electronics and it can zip around and zip around, zip around. And over there in Eastern Europe area, you can't drive any type of armor anywhere without somebody doing a first person view drone, FPV drone, and being able to bullseye a target from miles away. That's what we have now. And as a former infantryman, I can tell you that scares the piss out of me, especially in topography like that, because terrain dictates the battle. Your terrain and your weapon systems will dictate how you fight because you will use them in the most effective way possible. We as humans, we're good at killing each other. So, yeah. I bring this up because the drone system is also a very positive thing. Getting drone footage of out in certain areas, which is great. You got drone footage of all the aliens and cryptids and all that other stuff roaming around this rock. You get all this fun stuff. And in some cases, they're actually using drones as a potential to not only do SAR, search and rescue, but to also rescue straightforward is actually, hey, we're going to lower this very large drone. It's going to lower a harness, buckle in, and hold the fuck on because they're going to take you back to the house. And it's a lot cheaper and a lot faster than a helicopter. Not to mention, a lot of helicopters can't actually maneuver in that in some areas, but a drone can. Now, again, it's a double-edged sword, and all technology is a double-edged sword. It doesn't matter what the fuck you're talking about, it's a double-edged sword. When we started carrying fucking wallets, that was a double-edged sword because most guys used to freaking keep the coins right next to their other jewels. But wallets were much more convenient, but you also get pickpocketed. And by the way, that's a foil wrap one. There's somewhere a foil in there. Also, before I forget, my phase 1, somebody bought me. I had to design it, but they bought me business cards. And actually the money to pay for these actually came from you guys. So thank you. I appreciate that very much. You have no idea. Okay, back to the double-edged technology. Now, I'm a firm believer that technology will put us all out of business eventually, but that doesn't mean that we will be put out completely to pasture. Case in point, the AI channels, which every time I see on my YouTube feed, I go down and go, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. And it's killing their analytics on YouTube. Okay, so honestly, those YouTube channels can find the darkest part of my ass and kiss it repeatedly for all I give a fuck. They're actually difficult for me to listen to. And I'm sure a few of you have said in the past few weeks the same thing. But it is pumping out a lot of stories. The problem is they're very easy to tell what's there. It's very easy to tell what's coming. And thanks to you guys, I can actually change what's coming. So keep you on your toes just a little bit. So let's see. Also, more technology with the scanning, or sorry, not the scanning. What is it? The visual devices that are coming out, the new night vision, things like that, which would be great. I'd love to use that instead of a flashlight, honestly, because flashlights tend to fail constantly. Were they great for the time? Sure. But now we got something better. Now, if you guys can think of a type of technology that is either coming down the pipe or is just now here, just in the past decade, that is a double-edged sword. And please don't say cell phones. We already know this isn't just a double-edged sword. This is a square-shaped dildo that's basically being shoved up the world's ass. So anyways, there's a reason I call that fucking thing the leash. Ugh. Anyway, I do recommend that all of you at one point take a week or even just a weekend, go out in some sort of survival camp area. There's some places that have dugouts, some places that have ready set places, not truly glamping, but it's not full survival camping either. And just be by yourself, relax. And one of the things to do is actually grounding, walk around in bare feet. And you would be surprised. Everybody I know says the same thing, especially have back problems, which I was just shocked to find out, where it literally just disperses the energy that's building up in you. And I mean, we're electrical. Your brain is firing electric right now. Your heart is beating with an electrical pulse right now. That's just the way we are. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I had to wet my whistle on that one. Now, I will say technology is actually making tanks almost completely obsolete now. And I don't just mean drones either. I mean, the ordnance coming from most aircraft is scary good. I mean, scary. Like they could launch through this window right now with a missile full of katanas and hit me. I mean, it is unbelievably effective and unbelievably accurate. Not to mention, everybody knows carriers. Okay, and we're talking just regular aircraft carriers, sea-based aircraft carriers. We, as America, now have a specific piece of ordnance that can crack one of those in half. I am not even joking. Okay, it is just, it was horrible to see. They actually, to test it, they went to a commercial super tanker, and it gets dropped not on top, but actually right beside. So it's using the force of the water like a water impulse charge, and it just cracks that. I mean, it's just freakish. Commercial super tanker, if you guys look that up, sank in about 30 seconds after explosion. Once, and they count that not when the water goes up, but when the water actually falls back down from the blast. That way they can actually time it when the water starts flowing in. It is insane. Because of that, I feel really bad for those sailors on the aircraft carriers because they are the target to take out. Now, I mean, look at airborne. Some people say airborne's obsolete because of technology. Airborne is not fully obsolete. Reason being is not only are they 200-pound alcoholic athletes, but they don't even have to get on the other side of the lines. If here's the line, enemy and friendly, you just have to get close to the line. If you got to get people there quick, just get close to the line, drop your guys, do a U-turn, and get the fuck out. You don't even have to get inside their SAM net. But now you have an entire division of already pissed off 20-year-olds who can't get a nicotine fix, are already starting to, get withdrawal from not being able to use one of these to friggin' beat their meat every night. And not only that, but they've also played patty cake with the ground. Believe me, they're going to friggin' come in nasty. Okay, so they're not completely obsolete yet. When it comes to orbital drops, when we finally get there, then airborne will become obsolete because they will simply shift from standard airborne operations to orbital drop. Now, that's basically an evolution, but so was mounted cavalry on horseback to tanks. They're both cavalry, still are. So, again, if you have any other double-edged swords on there, just let me know. I will let you know, or I shouldn't say we'll let you know because you guys already know this. The Japanese are using electromagnetic weapons, Gauss rifles, on their ships, a technology we basically mastered back in the early 80s. That being said, I still wish we used it, but whatever. They're starting to get them so accurate that they're hitting a target half the size of the cell phone at about 7 or 8 kilometers. I mean, just dead nuts on. I'm looking at that like, okay, remind me not to piss those guys off. All right. So let's go to the comment section. It looks like it's going to be a short night tonight. So let's see. Everybody coming in. Proper pupper supper in a Tupperware. Okay, yeah. I've done that. Ate all your stuff out of pre-made. Actually, that's the lazy man. Anybody out there? This is the way the lazy man does their dinner. On Sunday, you make this big, grandiose meal. Usually, your kitchen is full of pots and pans, and you make all these plates so that when you come home, you just pull one plate out, put it in the microwave. By the time you go back, take a beer, crack it open, take a couple of swigs. The thing's going off. Congratulations. You got dinner. No fuss, no muss, and very little in the way of dishes. And that's the way I used to do it all the time. Half of the stuff I made, you could eat cold anyway, and it was still really good. So I guess everyone checking in. Time to suffer unbalanced matches while giving. Okay, why not? Erica here, Miss Truly Outrageous, says, does anyone from India experience an internet outage? Also, people from USA get credit locked ASAP. Yeah, I don't actually have a credit card. The closest I have is or any type of debt even is a mortgage on this house. I paid for my car straight up. So yeah, everybody needs to get that online. And the easiest way to do that, folks, is you cut them off one at a time. You find out what you don't need and you just cut it off one at a time, or you minimize it. And that's it. It's just like dealing with any other addiction. It's fine. The first week is going to suck. The second week is worse. By the end of the third week, you're going to be like, what's the big fucking deal? You can't argue with results at that point. But yes, you need to get your credit. The veritable rates are going to go absolutely apeshit. They always are. If you can get it, that's why they don't want you to ever get a fixed rate. Oh, if you get variable rate, it could go down. Yeah, it could also shoot through the fucking roof, morons. Lock it in. Let's see. Warstorm says, I join you here, Sin doing backflips. Hold up. Wait, what? Yeah. Anyways, okay, but guard saying, do the flips, and does half a backflip before folding his spine like a cardboard box. That would probably be more accurate. Yeah. Should have seen when I did that off the high jump. I under rotated and my feet basically touched the back of my head. I honestly just stayed there under the water for a little bit because my back hurt so much. I thought I had done irreparable damage. Thankfully, I could still move my legs after a second. Yeah, after a second, they went numb. But still, it was crazy. See, guard is also here. Mech suits with detachable and retractable armaments, and with the ability to take the weaponry on from their fallen comrades and attach it to them. Yeah, that would be the standardized. I guarantee that's the way it is. Now, for all the weapons that I talk about to actually function correctly, you would be required to be cyberjacked, i.e. what you guys nowadays call Neuralink. Once everybody starts getting cyberjacked, that's going to be interesting to say the least. I personally think the Neuralink, if used strictly for medical purposes, is great. However, we have some very nefarious motherfuckers across this planet, and they just want to control you. And if they can control you like literally like a meat puppet, that's exactly what they're going to do. And actually, guard, they did a very good showing of what you're talking about in Traitor of Mars, the Starship Trooper movie, Traitor of Mars, where Rico actually goes up. And before I go any further, I have to hold up. Wait a minute, because we got a $5 super chat from Erica. And she says, thank you so much for all your stories. Well, thank you so much for being on the channel tonight, Erica. And I got to remember to put that in because main reason I got to make sure is because I finished recording the story for tonight. What I did not do was process it out because, as you know, at the very end, I give my thanks to everybody on that one. And I ran out of people to thank. So I was like, you know what? I'll just wait till after the stream. So thank you very much, Erica. You know you're going to be talked about later. And you're just going to be one of those damn humans. Chapter 8. So again, thank you very much, Erica. And thank everybody for being here on Syntax Live. And no, I'm not jumping out. I'm not ejecting. I'm just thanking you guys for you being here. And let me get back up here. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes. When you watch Trader of Mars, there's actually a scene where he needs new armor. So he goes to somebody who is deceased, actually two different folks, and he piecemeals his armor back together. And it's a really good scene. It really goes into the modular weapon systems that would be needed for something like that. The mobile infantry. Although I'd be hesitant to actually have a rocket booster strapped to my ass. But then again, it would be nice to actually have jump jets. Excuse me, had to go in there. I'm just really dehydrated. It's probably the reason for the headache. But yeah, this I would think that would be the perfect evolution of something like that. Lenin says, I have an LED flashlight. It's great. Yeah, most flashlights are LEDs. Speaking of which, it's one of the best helpers out in a fight, believe it or not. Because, and my flashlights are in the other room, but say this is a flashlight and you're up to fight and you just turn on, crack it, put it right in the eyes. Even if they just turn away immediately, there's your opening to start going because they're not going to be able to defend. Not to mention, they're still going to have dots in their eyes. And that's the same thing what they used to do. The old assassins that we call ninjas would crack basically an egg full of powdered glass and throw it to get in the eyes to distract you to kind of, what the fuck? Shit. And that was the whole point. It's giving you an opening, and as they're trying to fight the crap out of their eyes, usually they take that farming tool called a sai and they shove it right here, right between, if I remember, it's the 5th and 6th rib, and they go up at an angle so they pierce the heart, or they go just a little lower, and if they want you to suffer, they'll hit the liver. But yeah, LED flashlights can be great. Just double check the amount of lumens you got on that, because some of them, if you turn them on and it's actually dark outside, it, at least for me, it physically hurts. But I had my corneas burned out with a laser before. We got Rage. He's saying, Guard, you're talking about the modular and or omnipods. Pretty much. Yeah. War Sniper saying, Sin, I listened to a story named Humans Don't Give a Fuck in less than a day and got 3 AI channels recommending it to me. How about, as he said, how about no, you crazy AI bastard? Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. When I clicked on that one where they stole my thumbnail, which, by the way, I did get a hold. I did get it flagged. It's gone. But just from clicking on that, I get nothing but AI channels all the time. And that's why I go in, just click not interested, not interested, not interested. It's either that or click on them, give them a view, but actually flag them for spam or something. And the thing is, that title, I've actually tried to use that before, but honestly, YouTube wouldn't let me. I had to rename the whole thing. I don't remember what I renamed it after that point. But yeah. Ava saying, so Sin, did you read the email I sent with my ship description, and what did you think? I have not opened my emails in days. I have been so damn busy, it's crazy. And that's one of the reasons for the headache, actually, is my back hurts really bad right now. When I actually do sit down, the first thing I do is I pick this sucker up, and I pick this up, and I start going, because sometimes I'm only able to do it for like 20 minutes and then I'm off doing something else. I don't even have time to read my emails. Going through the comments section is a luxury for me. But I will go through. I'm gonna write a message here. Go through emails. I'm actually gonna write emails, you dumbass, on here, and that's for me. I'm the dumbass on that, because I actually should be going through more often on that, and I don't. Speaking of mail, I just picked up the paperwork today, and it's over there. For a PO box. I'm going to be getting one. I should have it before the next stream, and I will put it in the description. I will be posting it with all the upcoming videos. Once I have it, it's going to go in that description. It's going to go into every video. So for those of you who are asking if that was coming, that's coming. Ava sitting here saying 3 weeks nicotine free. 3 full weeks. 3 full weeks all the way. They got to go 3 full weeks. And once you get to that 3rd week, you're going to be like, I don't really need that anymore. Have you got to that point, Ava? You're not really jonesing anymore. You're like, whatever. If you can get to the whatever phase, awesome. Okay. And I've seen some people go, I mean, we're talking half a pack to a full pack a day and go cold turkey. It's bad. It can get really bad. And I was actually dating a girl, and I honestly, after about a week, I said, I can't kiss you anymore. She's like, why? It honestly is like I'm getting an ashtray shoved up my nose. It is that bad. She's like, oh, hold on, I'll go brush my teeth. And that's one of her triggers, is brush her teeth and smoke a cigarette. I'm like, it doesn't help. So believe it or not, her way of dealing with it is she would call me up. I would scurry my way out of work, and we would go do something. Usually what I would do is, well, her, and that way she could get past the phase of whatever that trigger was. It would pull her away. The only reason we went that far is because she was like almost a 2-pack a day smoker, and she knew she had to quit or she was going to die. Okay. She was only like 25. She was starting to look 35, and she needed to get off that shit quick. So, or no, sorry. She was, I'm remembering she was 24. But hopefully, Ava, you don't have to go that far. Let's see. War Sniper says, Sin, I and one other dude are playing with AI type anime characters, and I found out that AI can call a real person an idiot. I didn't know I could laugh so hard that I almost died from it. Yeah? Oh, you guys didn't see that. Now, you can't get it on YouTube, but somebody did an AI version of Tucker Carlson. And one of the guys who did it was initially for Grunt Speak. And I'm trying to remember the name of the channel. It's on Rumble. I haven't been on Rumble in I don't know how long. Regardless, it's the AI can do some of the funniest shit ever. It's not going to replace comics, though, because AI can't create anything new. AI can just work with what's there. In this case, what Tucker Carlson, the AI version of him, was saying was what people actually typed out. All right. Down here, I see the super chat again from Erica before I keep going. Brian's here. Okay, cool. Leonid says, oh, Call of Duty already stole AK-50 gun for their game. Yeah, I'm not too keen on the AK series. I mean, they're dependable. They're rugged. They're just not as accurate as I was like. And I'm talking about the original, like AK-47, AK-74, now the AK-50. Long story, very short. Somebody tried to take me out with an AK-74, and there's a picture of me holding it. And somebody thought they'd be funny, and they made a freaking meme about it. I told them don't do that because I don't want to be up on charges. And it says on the top, where did you get that? And on the bottom, it says the previous owner died suddenly. You know, it's I was like, guy, you're gonna get me in trouble. Some serious, I mean, because that's actually got people in trouble. Some really deep shit. So yeah, no. That's why you can't take any type of trophies anymore. No weapons, no flags, no nothing. Not to say that doesn't still happen. It's not like maybe that AK-74 is currently up in a battalion headquarters somewhere on a plaque up on the wall. Not anything like that. No, nothing like that at all. Let's see. War Sniper Gang says, also, every AI female waifu, gee, I wonder what type, War Sniper, were under the AI of my ship. Yes, she is real. Now wants me as her. You're typing on a mobile device, aren't you? Now wants me as her husband. It is that just that good with AI women, or is every woman a skill issue, not including the one? Okay, think you mistyped on that one, but I think we're going full Blade Runner on this one, where the AI says it falls in love with somebody, and then you find. And seriously, it really depends. Some people are coming across some really existential shit when it comes to the AI. They actually were running a high-end version of The Sims, and some of you might have seen this. And they started doing a back and forth. The guy actually had a headset, so it was basically a talk to text, so they could understand, but the AI was actually speaking back. And they told the AI, "You don't exist. You're a video game character." And the AI started freaking the fuck out, like actually like freaking out. Like, does that mean I don't exist? Oh my god! And it's really screwy. Now I don't think I'm going to do anything with simulation theory, folks. I did one, and that was, is this real life or is this fantasy? That was simulation theory. That being said, I don't put too much stock in simulation theory just because there's too much on the other side against it. It's kind of weird. So anyways, but yeah, if your AI waifu for lifeu won't leave you alone, foo, it's time to run, foo. Run far, run fast. Oh, not included. Okay, now I see. Not including the ones in the stream. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that bottom part. See, Lena says, I don't remember, but it's probably can be 1500 lumens. That's still pretty bright, dude. That's actually very bright. 5,000 lumens can be seen from, 6,000 lumens can be seen from space. Let's see. Ava saying 23 days nicotine free. So yeah, 3 weeks and 2 days. Yes. Congratulations. Here's a drink for you, Ava. There you go. Congratulations. That is not an easy one to go through. A lot of these vices, breaking them is a woo. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and just terrible. Speaking of which, I got to remember to send a certain sir a t-shirt here. I've been, again, so busy. I've barely had time to scratch my own ass. But yeah, that's a tough one. And congratulations. One day at a time, just watch those triggers. Watch those fucking triggers. If you realize you hit a trigger, for the love of God, adjust your situation. It's crazy. Okay. Let me adjust this here. Guard saying, I don't know if you've done it or any of your stories yet, but I'm still waiting for a pocket sand moment. Pocket sand moment? I'm going to have to write that down because for some reason I've heard that before, and pocket sand. I'm going to have to look into it. Pocket sand. Are you talking like fourth dimension type shit? Because I've dabbled in that. I don't like pocket sand with it being actual sand. I'd have to look into that. I don't think I've done that before. Okay, Ava also saying, I used to rip a 50 milligram salt nicotary vape and run it dry in 3 days. Your lungs are fucked. Well, not fully fucked, but they're pretty hard fucked. And the reason being is that the extreme high amount of humidity that is going into your lungs are already moist as it is, but when you breathe in air, it's supposed to dry it out enough to kill off a bunch of bacteria. The constant sucking on the vape like that, I guarantee you were getting sick as hell. That's extremely high risk of bacterial infection. When they found that out here in the States, or I should say in the state I'm in, it actually became illegal in several counties to sell flavored vapes. Put a lot of guys out of business, but honestly, they were putting kids into the ICU. So fuck them. Let's see. Ava says, Brenda made a gun, which is a AK-47 chambered in 50 BMG. What? Okay, I'm having trouble wrapping my brain around that because do you have any idea how large you would have to be able to fire that son of a bitch and not have it rip clean out of your hands or send you flying about 10 feet that way? There's a reason why Barrett's are, it's kind of hard to do anything else except what Barrett has done with the 50 BMG. Oof. Just, ah. My brain hurts now. My brain hurts along with everything else back here going all the way down my spine. It's just crazy. It's rugged. It's going to be strong, but I'll tell you what. Hold on. Does it? Nope. It don't pass the sniff test. Because honestly, one of these soda bottles here, this is shorter than a 50 caliber bullet by about maybe a quarter inch, but still. Could you imagine the magazine that would have to go on the front of that thing? It looked like a fucking Lewis gun. And yikes, just no. And the amount of back pressure from that is just crazy. Ava's saying, I'm not wearing the ears, War Sniper. You guys are still going. You guys make me laugh, and I'm thankful for that. I really am. Guard saying, I'm surprised I remembered that you were live streaming today since I spent half of it loading hay bales. Oh, been there. Exhausted as hell since I had to load and unload 135. Do the math. You get 270 hay bales and all. That's what happens when I get asked by my brother to offload one of his semi-trailers. That's 870 bales at minimum. Believe me, I feel your pain, literally. And with two people, that takes about 3 hours to do. We don't have enough hay elevators to throw in there where you can put one in and just convoys everything down. It just doesn't work that way. And then you got to throw them up on top of the bales and then stack on top of that stack. And then somebody's got to reach up there and stack on top of that stack until it gets all the way to the ceiling. Yeah, been there, done that, sweated through the t-shirt. Leonid says, I will take a metal ship made by humans anytime over fancy bioships that aliens use. Yeah, it was all I could do in the bioship not to say the word orifice like 50 times. That was so difficult to do. And I hope you guys like the joke there where the bioships don't like guys unless the guys were quite literally trying to hit on the bioship itself, trying to tickle it so it would relax. And it didn't like synthetics. It only likes natural stuff in there. And how many people wear full wool socks nowadays? So basically, they got to go in there and walk and work on the bioship bare ass. So yeah, no, that's then the bioship thought it was kind of interesting feeling the biorhythm of our bodies inside one of the tubes there. Needless to say, it got a little interesting. Okay, I love when this thing jumps. Okay. Ernest saying, do electric sheep dream. What the electric sheep dream? I don't know. I'm having nightmares lately, so I don't know. Electric sheep. If I dream about electric sleep tonight, Ernest, I'm gonna find you. And then I'm gonna buy you a drink because that'd be funny as hell. Okay, War Sniper saying, oh, that's it. You put on the maid outfit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, from the ears and the tail to maid outfit. Fun. This is just wow. Okay. I got nothing. Okay. Ava saying, ironically, I dropped caffeine at the same time. That might be one of your triggers right there. I'll bet you dollars to donut that's one of your triggers, because I know plenty of people who only started drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes when they were in college because they had to stay awake and they were using the chemicals to keep them going. That was, of course, before so many college students got a hold of meth, but whatever. It's yeah, if you can get away from both. I mean, I still wake up and there's a cup of coffee with my name on it, quite literally. Unfortunately, I don't have the cup in here. I'd show it to you. They were saying, I don't know how I did that. Well, one triggers the other. That's it. And again, you got to watch the triggers. If you know what triggers you, you can handle it. It's easiest. Guardian Sage. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but I've been driving Amish most of the evening. Okay, why not? War Sniper runs after Ava with a maid outfit. Nah, like Rimuru. I'm sure that's what you're gonna do. Like those the girl with a horn on her head. Just wear this. Just wear this. One more outfit. The other one falling with the camera. Why does this happen? If you don't know where that's from, that's reincarnated as a slime. It's isekai. I kind of no longer watch it. Again, one, I don't have the time, and two, it kind of started going a little further than I wanted it to. And I'm just like, what? See, Lena is saying, people probably had a crash on the sexy Starship AI when they saw it for the first time on TV. Okay, well, I'm not sure which one. Which are you talking about? Sexy Starship AI? Are you talking about the computer from the Trekkie Trek with a female voice? You do realize that they will always use a female voice. They will always use it, always. And even Starship Troopers back in the day talked about that. It's calming. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Hearing a female voice is much more calming, which is why most women cannot do metal. They can't. It's not there. It's just not hardwired in. Can a few manage it? Sure. But usually the only thing they're doing their metal or their hard rock about is, well, getting filled out like a job application. So yeah. But anyway, the AI will always, just like Siri. Siri was a female voice. Cortana was a female voice. All those AIs are female voices for that reason. Yeah, you're right, Guard. That is a horrifying thing to imagine. Although, if you're running down a mall, prepare to be tackled if you do that. Ava saying, pocket sand is when you keep sand in your pocket and then throw it in your foe's eyes. Oh, just like Mr. Floppy from Unhappily Ever After. If you haven't seen some of those, I suggest, no kidding, just put Mr. Floppy in the YouTube search bar and any of the Unhappily Ever After or anything like that. And he's talking like one of those, he's talking about, I wish I could actually pull it up and show you guys, but it's copyrighted, so I couldn't do it anyway. And he's like talking about a fight. Sorry, but you got to cheat. Throw some pennies in his face. And when he goes to wipe them off, kick him in the groin. Or spit in his face, and when he wipes it off, kick him in the groin. Or let him punch you in the stomach, puke in his face, and when he wipes it off, kick him in the groin. He goes on a longer rant, by the way, folks, and it's absolutely hilarious. I kind of sucks that that show isn't on anymore. It's kind of a Married with Children ripoff, but that whole thing with Bobcat Goldthwait doing the voice of Mr. Floppy was just hysterical. War Sniper, I live 50 caliber Barrett. Yeah, well, I'm not going hunting deer with 50 caliber Barrett because I hit a doe last year with a friggin' 170 grain 30-30, and she didn't even realize she was hit. It went so fast, it didn't slow down enough to cause a temporary cavity. I wanted her to just drop where she stood. That was not a fun morning, I'll tell you that much, trying to drag her ass out of there after I had to track her down. Thankfully, she did just drop after a while. I guess the adrenaline had to wear off. Okay, Gar says, TBH, I only watch one AI channel, and that's because they have a short story that other creators just haven't got to yet, and that's called Terran Contact. I have seen that. I've seen part 1 and part 2 on my feed. Guess what? I did not interested on both. Like, I haven't seen any others do it yet. Yeah. And that's another thing with the AI channels is I hate to say it, but it's like a lot of the other ones. That's why I only do, if I listen to anybody read stuff from Reddit, I limit it to 2 creators, Net Narrator and Aqua Squirrels, and that's it. Reason being is I don't have to listen to the same fucking story 50 times. You put it on Reddit, it's free use for everybody to use, which kind of blows ass nuggets, but whatever. Oh, shit. Why didn't I see this? Demon, you crazy SOB. He sent a $2 super chat with, sorry I'm late, been sick as a dog. Well, as long as you don't puke on the rug, you're good. Writing it down here so I can give you a shout out here later today. And I don't know why. It didn't come up on the top. I don't know why I didn't see that. That was just took me a while to get to it. Sorry about that, Demon. I'm glad you threw that in. It should have come up on the top of my screen here, but it just didn't. That's weird. Let's see. Guardian said, did you get my email and have a chance to check out the links and look over attached photos? I have not had much time to do anything. When I have a chance to sit down, I'm putting my hand to this paper and I'm writing because I don't have much time for anything else. Actually, unfortunately, I just haven't got to my emails yet. I'm lucky I have a chance to actually go through the comment section, which has been hilarious, guys. It's really helps my day. Let's see. Guard says we actually the AK-50 is a custom-made AK made by Brandon Herrera, and Call of Duty stole it without even saying he was the one who made it. Literally the first of its kind, a custom COD gun. Okay. See, I didn't know that. I'm glad you brought that up, Guard, because I had not heard anything about that at all. Let's see. Ava here saying, can anybody else help a sick demon? Yes. May Christ compel you. Okay, there you go. All I can say on that is water, echinacea. If you have some colloidal silver, put that in your body too. It'll help. It'll help speed things up. Just for the love of God, do not chug either the colloidal silver or the echinacea. You can easily OD on both of those. And one will give you a really bad case of indigestion where you're going to wish you died. And the other one is going to send you to the hospital if you have too much of it. You'll know if you have too much because your skin quite literally turns you into Avatar. You're blue. So you don't want to go into the emergency room and saying, I got a question. Why so blue? You know, that really dumb joke from Avatar. Let's see. Bite Me says, your latest story with the men feeling up the doors to get them open had me rolling on the floor. Really? Didn't have you rolling up against the door? Okay. I'm glad that joke actually landed a little bit because I was wondering. Okay, for some reason, hold on. This thing jumped. I don't know why I didn't touch anything. Oh, somebody's hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Let's see. Ernest Green. It's the title of the book. They made the movie. Made the movie Blade Runner. Okay. Oh, that they made the movie Blade Runner from. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Warstorm says, Sin, I have a t-shirt on your channel. Wow, look at the screen. Cool. Awesome. Maybe I'll try for hats next time. Or a better than the German ghillie suit holding the G7. It's just like, oh geez. I gave that girl a whole bunch of hell for that, but whatever. Let's see, Linus. I was talking about Alexa doing actress who was Andromeda. Andromeda Ascendant show. Okay. Alexa. I can't pronounce that. Is that doing? It sounds like a Mario jump. Doing, doing, doing. I never saw Andromeda, so I can't say shit on that. Ava says, if I'm wearing a maid outfit, Sniper, I'm making sure you regret it. Your filthy Vincent Virgo painting on that ship. I'm getting cleaned and I'm gonna need a blacklight. Oh, don't put it at the ceiling. You'll go blind. Oh, you guys are on fire tonight. Let's see. Demon saying, I'm supporting you, Ava. Shark girls are the best girls. Yeah, I don't know. All those teeth make me nervous. Ava also saying, Lena, don't stroke them the wrong way. They'll shred your hand. Yeah. Best to wear protection when dealing with Shark Girl. Let's see. Guard saying, only bright side today is the live stream. Really? And the fact that my homemade caramel is done. Ooh, that actually sounds really good. Now I just need to let it cool down. Ooh. You know what you should actually do if you have some vanilla ice cream? Just drizzle some of that across. I've had that before, and chef kiss is just awesome. Especially if you have homemade vanilla ice cream. Oh, fuck, I'm drooling. God damn it, I make myself hungry. Anybody who's not actually made homemade caramel, I will tell you that when it is soft and it just rolls off the spoon like that, don't put it in your mouth. You will burn the end of your tongue off. I'm not even exaggerating. You'll actually see a line on the front of your tongue where the taste buds haven't grown back. And before I go any further, I have to hold up and wait a second because we got a $10 super chat from the Guardian Sage. And let me write this down. Guardian, let me get that. Guardian Sage. Yep. And he says, it's unfortunate that you haven't had a chance to look at your emails, but it's understandable that real life has to take priority. Yes, it is a real pain in the ass. What's really actually slowing me down is I get a lot of, hey, can you help me out here? Hey, I need you to do this. Hey, we're family. Can you do this for me? Ugh. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, when I am done with this little summer job, which I almost quit yesterday, I am going to be focusing on this and focusing on creating the second channel, which you guys, by the way, once I get everything settled, you guys will have to come up with a name because right now I've got Syntax Gaming, Syntax Simulations, Militia Mania, and somehow Cream of Carnage. I don't know how that came up, but that was the ones you guys gave. What was it? Yeah, last week. But yeah, that's going to be my major focus because honestly, I enjoy doing this. The problem is when I work all day outside, it's kind of hard to focus anything. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys get in from work. What's the first thing you want to do? You want to have a meal and you want to sit down where no one's going to bother you. And honestly, I would do the same damn thing if I could. But you know what? Can't. It's going to be all sorts of fun here. I got to put up a fence here in a couple of days. Yay! No. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Demon says, I've been doing so good with not being late for the live stream. Now I'm disappointed I'm late. I can't help it. I'm sick. And at least I didn't miss it altogether. You're fine, Demon. I'm not complaining at all. At least you're here. At least everybody's here on Syntax Live. I mean, I only do this once a week. I only do this once a week for a good reason, because I don't have a whole bunch to talk about. However, when the next channel starts, I may have a second live stream specifically for that. Just so there's no question. Again, here's how that, for those who weren't here last week to hear me say about it, I will be starting up a new channel, hopefully within a couple of months, where I'm going to be taking a particular strategy, well, not really strategy game, but a force on force type game. Everyone's going to have similar units. However, certain units are going to specialize in certain things. One unit's going to specialize in armor. One's going to specialize in artillery. One's going to specialize in infantry. One's going to be just the strongest weapons possible. And everybody's going to want to be on that until you realize that you're only starting out with like a tenth of what everyone else starts off with, because the weapons are so powerful. And if you got a whole line of people with Piats and bazookas and 50 cals, yeah, I don't care how strong that infantry charge is going to be. You know, you're still going to be overpowered as fuck. So, and I got to talk to, I'm trying to get in touch with him right now, a map creator. He's got all these things set up, and we're going to actually build the map, the actual world map, to figure out how each one's going to be. And say you got two sectors right next to each other, and you're in this sector, you want to be over here, point A to point B. Well, if no one's in point B and you go in there, no one's going to know anything, okay, at all. There's not going to be a video. You just own that sector now. If there's a battle because someone is in point B and you're in point A, we're going to actually show the battle itself. You can give me whatever you want as far as, oh, okay, if we lose down to X amount %, then we're going to withdraw and we're going to save those guys for later. Or, you know, we want to fight to the death or whatever. Just remember, if there's leftover vehicles that are still operational at the end of the battle and you lose, those become property of the other guy. That being said, it's not a one-for-one exchange on the retreat or when you survive. When you survive, it's going to most likely be for every one you have on the field, you get 2 more. If you retreat, for every one you get 1 more. Now, if that means you're going to try and retreat right away, you will get penalized. I have all this stuff. I'm still in the process of trying to get it written up, but it's taken time, or a lot of things have taken time, and I haven't had the time to sit down and write it all down. I will start a new Discord server for it. And you guys are going to control how this is going to go. We will decide who is going to be the team lead, and they are going to send me at most likely either Saturday or Sunday. You're going to send me exactly what you want to do and where you want to move. From there, the videos are going to play, and I will not be able to take anybody else's recommendations on what they want to do until all the battles from that one move are done. If that only takes a week, if that takes 2 days, if it takes 2 weeks, it's got to wait until then. One of the side portions of this is your logistics chains are important. Everybody will start out with a certain amount of trucks. Whether you want to sell them to another army and get soldiers or units, that's fine. Okay? You can do all that stuff. But you, after X amount of days or X amount of weeks, I haven't decided how long, you will get a certain amount of vehicles, certain amount of personnel back. It's a whole bunch to it, but I'm not controlling where anyone's going to fight. I'm not going to decide where the soldiers are going to be on that map. You will be given the map and you'll be like, okay, I'm going to go in this area. I want to set my guys up here. Now, if you got two units coming into the same area, guess what? You're going to have a face-off fight and no one's going to be placed. It's just going to be two sides beating the shit out of each other. So again, logistics can be important because if you don't get a resupply, I will limit the amount of ammo each person gets to include their weapons and the vehicles. So anyway, that's enough of that rant. It's going to be fairly involved. However, if you have more people that want to join your team, go for it. I don't give a shit. As long as I have the team captain who's going to make the final call, there you go. Okay, that's enough of my rant on that one. Here we go. I just saw how War Sniper said, "Bite me, Ava." Be careful, she might. Lena says, we need an Isekai crossover show because we have so many Isekai. Yeah. Oh, they did that with all the little chibis and stuff like that. I thought that was dumber than hell. I only saw a couple bits of it. And I'm like, what? They literally had Skeletor there, whatever his name is, the magician, going against Tanya the Evil, and they're just kind of sitting there talking like, yeah, are you from Japan? Yeah. Is your soul black too? Yeah. Do you feel anything when you kill anybody? No. I guess we're friends. Okay. Ava saying, time to turn Sniper into a... Somebody's aiming low, and yes, that is exactly how that's said. So next time you watch Saving Private Ryan and the guy screaming says, I've been hit low, sir, guess where he took a bullet? Sniper saying, try me, Ava. And here, I thought you liked cuddles. See, Demon says, I was working on a superstructure until I got sick. It's hollow and is almost the size of our sun. Holy, what? God damn. Is that a Dyson sphere? What the hell's going on? And can be split into 6 even pieces. Each piece can be moved by a ship if similar size. So it needs tugs to move. Oh, okay, shit. This thing just jumped. I hate when this thing jumps. It's annoying. Yeah, that's an awful lot of resources there, Demon. That's a hell of a lot. Warsniper says, at least women that tried that has a nasty flight of landing. Oh, jeez. Come on, guys. Back and forth. Warsniper also saying, I love cuddles, but not being turned into a femboy. That's not femboy. That's being feminized. That's when they said in Judge Dredd, the new Judge Dredd, when they say she orally feminized the pimp, she bit it off. Just right down below that, it says, you said bite me. There you go. Just at that point, depends if you swallow or you hack to it, whatever. Okay, Leonid, my favorite isekai is reincarnated as a spider. So what? I haven't really looked into it, so I can't say too much about it. I saw 1 or 2 little dips about it, and it turns out she becomes overpowered as fuck. Of course, most isekais you get overpowered as fuck, but apparently hers does it right and has a slow build-up. So, Demon saying it was decent. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay, Sniper and Ava still going back and forth. Like a challenge. I'm getting the leash and the rope. Don't forget the friggin' gag ball. How about chains, Ava? Don't forget the handcuffs. Oh, jeez. Demon says, see, I'm a supporter. Oi, Chihuahua. You guys are on it. Let's see. Warsniper says, sure, I will make sure you will put it on and be my submit. Oh, good God, folks. Be careful where the tail comes from because we don't have much of a tailbone. How are you going to actually, I don't want to know how you're going to attach that tail. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Put your mind in the gutter, and I'm pretty much figured out you guys are going to do it. Okay. Let's see. Guard saying net narrator is by far my favorite storyteller. Ouch, dude. With the with you falling behind, especially since you're quite literally the second one I found. Okay. So, okay. You're redeemed enough on that one. He does do a good job. He just doesn't ever show his face. Not that I've ever seen. When Aqua Squirrel started showing himself, at first he got backlash and then he got a whole bunch of subscribers. So I don't know what the hell to say on that. Warzone says the more fun or the more stuff, the more fun for me. You guys are crazy. You're going down to the naughty store, aren't you? Ava says, I've been tied up, hung upside down by my ankles and still escaped. I don't want to know how you got yourself into that situation, Ava. Is nobody doing maintenance on those vehicles? Are they not going to be able to work forever? Which vehicles are you talking about? You're talking about with the game coming up. Well, I already went into the explanation on that. I'm not gonna go. Ava's saying, "Good luck, sniper. Got to catch me first. I practice parkour." Well, maybe he's like that really goofy show where they hit everybody's with balls in the face. You got to catch them all. Guardian Sage saying, my vote for either Syntax Simulator or Syntax Gaming. When I actually have everything set up, that's going to be the purpose of that live stream, is for everybody to vote. But for right now, don't worry about it. Just keep it, back of the head somewhere. Chris saying, I just got switched from the night to the day shift. Sorry, I'm late. Having a hard time. It's just, I've done that. I have done that. I think a bunch of us have done that. You got no complaints from anybody here. Okay, that's a really hard shift to your circadian rhythm. That's just. Let's see. Warsniper says, a challenge I can sink my teeth into. Ha 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 ha. And I don't understand the emoticon, but whatever. Okay. Ray saying, that game sounds great. Sign me up. Most likely it's going to be the Army Men simulator. I got to actually contact Instant Gaming to see if I can actually cut a deal with them. Because they're the ones who sell it. Let's see. It was saying, in terms of the gaming channel, I'm not being part of any team. I want to help with commentary, given my strategic background. Okay. Well, again, it's not set up. It's going to take me a long time. I'm just learning how to do this, folks, especially with the gaming channel. The how to do gaming channels videos on YouTube are usually hours long. So, yeah, fun. See, Demon says, I got distracted by Ava and Sniper. Sorry, the 6 pieces of the structure can be turned into super weapons that can cause stars to supernova. They jump into position, fire, jump out 5 minutes later. The energy travel at the speed of light for 5 minutes before impact with the star, causing it to supernova. Oh, so you're firing it from, I hate to say it this way, but 5 minutes? Well, you could either say you're firing it from Mercury or you're firing it from Uranus. Okay, but yeah. Sorry, bad joke, guys. Hope it got you a chuckle. Yes, Erica, if I had popcorn, I'd be listening to them. Are you too? It's just a good show. See, Lenin says, at this point, Stargate is probably going to be an isekai because Japanese has done something like that already. Yeah, well, they've isekai'd everything. Most everything coming out is either farming or cooking now. I'm like, and now they're going into, I isekai'd as a polar bear with all my memories, and I can even talk as a bear. What? You had some original ones where they came out as either a monster or a dragon or something like that, but now you're just really starting to push it. Those were actually good. Those were thought out. These were rushed. Like the one with some people say the bear one wasn't, but I was just like, what the fuck? Okay. Demon saying the structure is kept in. The structure is kept in the galactic void. So basically, between galaxies, the ship's used to move, so it goes into galaxies, connecting the materials it needs for it. Yeah, for something that big, you're stripping at least 3 galaxies. 3 systems are just, or shouldn't call it galaxies, but you're looking at 3, maybe 4 entire systems bigger than the Soul Sector to even consider enough mass alone to make that. And probably 2 more just to have the right type of materials. Unless you're able to break everything down to the submolecular level and reconstitute it like one of those Star Trek devices where they make their food out of, I don't know, star shit or something like that. Warsim says, my Shinano ship AI was thinking she could make me submit to her. That didn't end well for her, and I can already tell she didn't win. What'd you do? Put her over her knee and smack her on the keel? Guard saying, it'd be fun to play games with Sin. Hell, well, hold on. I wouldn't actually be playing. I would facilitate everything. I would not add anything. My rules are simple, okay? Now they online they call it derping. If the AI is going completely the wrong way, that's one thing I would have to fix. Hey, take it, move it to where it's supposed to go. You have to recrew the crew serve weapons. That's usually machine guns. You have to recrew vehicles or repair them. A lot of times you actually have to tell the crew to actually repair. Sometimes they do it on their own, but AI is not that smart yet. Let's see. What's another one? If you said, okay, if they're down to 10%, I need to retreat, I would have to do the retreat rule manually. They don't have that option. That's the type of rules I would have to go by. So I wouldn't actually be playing. Again, I would facilitate. And, Ava, when it gets started, remind me when it gets started. And we might do like a 2-for-1. I don't know if I can do it on this computer, kind of a split screen, send it over, like basically StreamYards it or something like that, and do it that way. But please remind me at that point. Let's see. You might get me with Titanfall 2 multiplayer or Rainbow Six Siege. Definitely would be fun to show them the ropes. Okay, I played Rainbow Six back in the day, and the thing is, it's as realistic as those can be, where you take one hit to the chest and you're down if you're not wearing body armor. The thing is, I used to teach those courses. That's basic mount movement on urban terrain, also known as CQB, close quarter battle, or CQC, close quarter combat techniques. It depends on which branch of the service you go by. Again, I used to teach young men how to do that. I know all the tricks, especially when you're limited inside a building. Now, if you have to deal with stuff on the outside, like, I don't know, a Bradley shooting in through the window or some sort of air support, that's a whole nother bag of worms. That one, I'd need a radio and start calling for, counter something to take out the helicopter that's making friggin' hot laps around me. Leonid says, when your ship travels at the speed of light, the rest of the world is not going to be. Imagine jumping 50 to 80 years forward every time you travel. That is one of the things they never, ever, ever cover. Now, the thing is it specifically at the speed of light? I've looked at the numbers myself, and there's something off there. Would it be possible once you break the speed of light, actual FTL, to be jumping forward? Yes. And I believe, if I remember correctly, one of the only shows to ever touch that was the the Oracle, the Orville, where they ended up going back in time. They had to go forward in time, so they just turned on their engine and turned off the protecting shield, whatever the fuck it was. And that's the only ones. That's the only time I can think of where they actually talked about that ever. By your command. Is that Guardian Sage? Was that I'm thinking that was StarCraft, maybe? By your command? That was the Zealots, I think, used to say that. Uh, Demon talking about another isekai. Don't forget about Mr. Vending Machine. That is one of the goofiest things I had ever even heard about. The only parts I saw about that, and that was what, like a year ago that came out. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. And why would you be, I don't know, blushing? Why would the guy who's a vending machine be blushing when he's inside the washroom or the changing area? Seriously, the guy's got no dick. The guy's got no balls. He's not feeling anything about that. He's not getting turned on. So why would he be blushing? It didn't make sense. Ava saying, you clearly never met someone who fought against 250,000 with only 56,000 troops and won after a 2-year conflict. I think I know which one you're talking about. I'm going to leave that one alone. Okay, Leonid, when your ships go to warp, does your ship enter a cloud of smoke and lightning, or does your ships aim to the next star when jumping to a warp? Okay, I don't think that one is for me. And the only time I've done anything where you can actually see the quantum flux field was when I was talking about real life or fantasy. And that's when everything came in, because that was actually the quantum field, which was the barrier between different realities, was actually, excuse me, it was sort of ripping and then resealing itself. Ava says, Sniper, I will outmaneuver you and get you tied up. Sniper, and have time to do commentary for Sin. Okay. Oh, Cylons. Okay. I didn't know that. I was never really a big fan of the original Battlestar. I was not even born yet when that came out. I am one of the last of the Gen X. So I'm one of the very confused ones, because we don't know whether we're not supposed to give a fuck or care about everything. The duality of man is strong with this one. Okay. Soylent Green is people. Yeah, so is the clone steak they want us to eat. Ugh. No, thank you. I would rather go out and shoot some four-legged critter and put that in the pot. And we got plenty of rabbits around here. They're eating my fucking squash. It's been a bad year from the garden, but there's a whole torrent of stuff to go with that. Let's see. War Sniper, you really get turned into a maid, do you? Oh, jeez. Guardian, just out of curiosity, why do you call star systems sector? Aren't sectors supposed to be a region containing at least 2 star systems? The reason I use that is because we are currently in the Sol sector, SOL, Sol sector. Because of that, that is the most common way people understand the actual sector around the star. That's why I use that. The problem is, I've bitten myself in the ass a few times because I've kicked myself in the ass a few times because I used the wrong verbiage, and some people have to straighten it out, where I was using universe instead of galaxy or whatever it might be. And I just stick with what I got right now, because people who listen, they know what I'm talking about by now. And I do have to make it a point at least once every story, if it's a series long one, I reference the actual Sol sector, so the reference is there. If I'm getting it wrong, I do apologize for that. Let's see. Avison, Titanfall 2 on sale for 90% off on stream, and the servers are hacker free. I'll be playing after the stream. Well, hey, there you go. Everybody has to remember, incoming! You missed. Oh, shit. Bite Me says, Sin, Star Trek, the replicators use the human shit. Okay, why not? Okay, you already touched on that, Sage. Let's see. And it seems like everybody knows that one except me, the original Battlestar. Let's see. Lena says, I watched the anime where 7G destroyed the world and made it into a fantasy world. It was really wacky. I haven't seen it. I'm not even sure what you're talking about. That sounds very interesting. I know 5G can make you really sick, but yeah, I've never heard any of that. I might have to look it up. 7G. A 7G world anime. When I get some time, I'll look it up. I don't know if I'll get to it even the next week. Let's see. Rave saying the book series of Ender's Game went hard into FTL time displacement. Oh, okay. Maybe I should look into it. The fleet that got to the enemy's homeworld was freaking ancient. First gen FTL. Okay. Well, that actually now makes a lot more sense why they wouldn't have this huge, massive fleet with all these huge, massive dreadnoughts with these huge, massive freaking guns. So they couldn't just fire like 5 or 6 shots into the enemy homeworld. Sorry, a little thirsty. Ava said the Soul Sector is approximately 2 light years in radius. Okay. I'm still going to use it as a reference point. But yes, good to know. Good to know. Rage says they kept the hero of the first war alive by looping him around the solar system in FTL. Really? Yeesh. That would suck. Honestly, that's the one thing with how do I put this? I made a whole series about it called Stasis. Wow, Stasis really sucks, or I think that's what it was. And it's all about folks got put in stasis, and when they wake up, everything is just wrong. Everything's gone. Just like they said in Demolition Man, you know, you kept me in there, and then you wake me up just to tell me everything I've loved is gone. You know, it can really play on you. If you're mentally ready for it, sure, but I don't think most people would be. Ava's saying the way I define is the halfway point between two systems. Okay. Yeah, basically the void, the actual void that folks talk about between systems. Okay. Demon says, I saw that anime. That was different. Schoolgirls drive a train to go save their friend. It's always schoolgirls with the skirt hiked up their friggin'. I mean, seriously, I can actually tell the color of their panties. I shouldn't be able to. Honestly, it's one of the things, if I'm able to go back, which I hope I can, I'm taking my ass over there when I'm really young, and I'm going over to Japan, and I'm meeting some very nice Japanese ladies, and I'm going to see if they're as fucked up as everybody says. Even if I don't, bow out anything, it'd be interesting to deal with the culture. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the patience to deal with a lot of shit. Okay. Lena says, if you want to introduce aliens to the human internet, it would probably cook their brains. Yes, especially Rule 34. Rule 34 was literally the inspiration for the story I made going, warning, humans will mate with anything. It's a 2-part series. It could have been 3, but honestly, I wasn't getting all that many views on it. I may touch on it later, but why not? Ava says, age of consent in Japan, if I remember, is 14. Whoa, on that one, Ava, there's a caveat to that. Now, this is what's told to me by people who have not only lived there, but grew up in Japan. There is an actual age line. I believe it's 18. If you are below 18 and between 18, if you're both between 18 and 14, It's all fine and dandy, whatever the hell you want to do. It's all legal. If one of you is above 18 and the other one is not, it doesn't matter what that bottom line is at 14. It is not cool. No, your ass is going to prison. But once you both pass that 18 line, you're again good to go off and do whatever you want. That's how it was explained to me. If it's different now, I haven't heard about it. Well, I'd hope it's getting reassessed. I just heard one country just dropped their age of consent from 18 to 9. That's disgusting. Let's see. Rage saying any FTL trip is one way. You won't wake up where you were going to in the same century. Well, yeah. It's just the way it is because speed change and gravity warps time. I mean, it's just the way it is. What is that, Ava? Rule 34 and E621? What the hell is E621? Or should I not look it up? Then again, to do research when I used to do commission work, I've seen some shit. I just want eye bleach. But yeah, I mean, hell, just don't look it up. Okay. But yeah, it's yeah, if you're gonna go like that and you're basically gonna time jump, it's basically like being in stasis while not being in stasis. It's fucked. Again, if I wake up in 1984, first thing I'm gonna do, if I don't start screaming, is I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And of course, my parents are gonna yell at me for cursing up a storm. Where'd you learn that? Then, of course, I'm going to give them both a really big hug. Not that they're both gone right now. It's just still. Anyway, Demon says, just picture being an alien species that has never met humans before, but finding out that they have Rule 34, Rule 34 of your kind. Laugh my butt off. That would be scary as shit. Unless they're into it. I mean, seriously, how many comics and how many freaking movies and whatever have been based on that? It's just more than I have blood cells. Let's see. Ava says, well, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Titanfall 2 by the hour. See ya. Bye. And speaking of which, we have actually got to the bottom of the chats here finally. So I'm going to end the stream with my standard safety brief. You know, if you're drinking, don't drive. You drive, don't drink. If your buddy wants to drink and drive, beat their fucking ass. Make sure they do not get behind the wheel. If you're out driving about and you see one critter, slow the hell down because there's chances are there's another one. The young ones are still following their mommies around and you won't be able to see them. If you're in the city, just remember the two-legged deer are too busy on their cell phones to look up. They're going to walk right in front of your car. Please don't hit them. And if you do, make sure it counts. You know, put it right up their tailpipe. Maybe it'll straighten them out a little bit. You know, straighten their spine as they snap forward. Also, if you're little soldiers going into the bush, make sure he wears his poncho. Why do I want you guys to listen to the safety brief? Because I want to see you all here next week on Syntext Live. Thank you again, everybody, for being here, for the likes, the comments, everything else, and especially the super chats. I'll catch you all next week. This is Syntext ejecting.